I saw the attorney, the district attorney or something, maybe the federal prosecutor in California. He's like, "We're gonna take our time. We're getting you all. You think your mask is hiding you? No, no. We're getting you." And then they go this list of like, this guy thought he could throw a rock, and now he's outside his house. Please, no! They got fucking MP5s in his face. It's like, this guy thought he could say that Marco Rubio wasn't a good leader. Not today. And they like go through this list of people from the LA riots. The Marco Rubio thing's bullshit, but from the LA riots that threw rocks, damaged stuff, set fires. Oh, the one guy was seen showing up with like crates full of really good masks, like not the Home Depot shit. Like he had like some space shit. You had like full face coverage and the double filters and stuff. They're expensive. And he was like emptying crates of them out for the rioters. And it's like, then they show them at his house with him at gunpoint and he's coming out. I love it.
That is probably a guy to pursue. It's like, this guy probably didn't just feel generous that morning and spend $40,000 on masks.
Yeah.
He's probably a middleman.
Dude, I love they're getting them all. I love it. I know you're not happy with the rate of the deportations, but they're doing everything they can. They are ramping it up. Every day I hear about like more aggressive tactics and for a moment there, Trump put a moratorium on illegals in hotels, service industries, and farms. And then 2 or 3 days later, someone was like, he's like, actually, never mind. We're coming for all of you.
You were right. That was gay of me. I apologize.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Full steam ahead.
He said he wasn't going to do it. And then I swear 2, maybe 3 days passed and he reversed course. And then I saw today they're at a pot farm in California, rounding up like 75 illegals who are working on a farm, like everybody's hands up. I love it. Love it. Getting them all, Taylor.
Gotta keep it moving. Gotta keep marching forward. You know what? I like those mask guys at the riots. I think it is funny when you see the people who are like there, hardcore, like expensive ass mask. And then you see people with like 4-year-old still in their closet COVID masks who are just waiting for it to be nighttime so they can steal. Where it's like they're just waiting for it to shut down so they can, rock on into the Apple store and get a free iPad that's just gonna blare at them as soon as they get it home.
To be fair, like the LA thing melted down for 2 or 3 days, but there have been nationwide. Yeah. But there have been nationwide protests with tens of millions of people, maybe 100 million people. I don't fucking know. It seemed like the streets were full in every major city. And by and large, there wasn't looting and there wasn't violence. The LA thing melted down. I haven't seen that in other cities, maybe because of the way Trump has cracked down. I don't know how many troops are in LA right now. I keep reading about more and more and more and more. And when I go to that video footage, there's like Marines on the street corner.
That's got to be like, of all the places you can be deployed as a Marine, that's got to be one of the nice places, right? LA? Sunshine, tasty food.
I'd rather go to Hawaii or Japan, I think, if I was a Marine.
Okay, yeah, Japan's probably tippity top. Then Hawaii.
Singapore. Any of those Asian countries I'm down for. If you're just like hanging out there on a base or something, the shitty place to be would be the Middle East. Can you imagine you're in one of those scary bases in Iraq or Syria or, right there between Israel and Iran right now? You're the people, like, the fear is that if the U.S. chips in or somehow, or the U.S. helps too much, that Iran's going to attack our bases there like they've done before. Those guys are on the front line of World War III. If it pops off, it's those Marines and bases in the Middle East. So yeah, I would rather be in LA than there, though.
For sure, no one wants to be in the Middle East.
No, not even the Middle Easterners.
No, and like there's only a few places in the whole Middle East where you can be like, damn, it's hot. I'm going to go to the beach. Most of it is just like, no, it's just sand, no beach. No nice little bit of relaxation. You live in the middle of Saudi Arabia? This shit sucks, dude. That's awful.
You're from Missouri.
Yeah, but there's like a bunch of trees and there's trees and it's lush and it's not dry.
Imagine not being near the beach, hypothetically.
Well, the fact that if I lived in if I lived in the middle of Arizona, I'd probably feel the same way, where it'd be like, oh, this sucks. Dry heat. There's no greenery to cheer you up. Look
Dry
outside.
Heat's the good heat.
Oh, but then you don't get like cool plants as much. I like being in a very forested area. You're like just finishing your meal, and as like ice kicks the door down, you're like, what? What kind of chicken did I just eat? And they're like, sir, you're going to want to go home. You're going to want to be home for the next 2 to 3 days.
Aren't you glad your immigration status is 100% solid?
Oh, signed, sealed, and delivered. Yeah.
Like even if it were even a little wanting, like if you had immigrated here 30 years ago, you were full citizen, you'd be like, man, I hope all the paperwork is right everywhere, you know, because every now and then they're like, hey, it says here. Oh, I see now. There's a little bump when you go through like security or something. Like, oh, what? Oh, but then okay, like that little bump would scare me on my record that like ICE was going to get you and
like a bump like the real ID. I've seen people posting online being like, I went to the airport and they were saying that you need real ID now in order to fly. And I didn't realize till after I got here, but don't worry, everyone. They let me on the plane and they gave me this card that reminds me how important it is to get real ID. And it's like,
in the long run, Wings of Redemption was right. Now I need a passport to go to Chicago.
Or a real ID.
Or just get a real ID. Yeah, you just bring it's like one extra license. Piece of. I got mine years ago and it was easy.
I got a driver's license through the mail, and I think it's not an official ID anymore.
You got to bring. I had to bring a birth certificate or a passport or some other secondary ID, and then my
driver's license has a special like emblem.
Yeah, mine has like a star on it for like I got the real ID.
In North Carolina, if you go to the DMV to renew, you continue to have a real ID, but you can also do it through the mail, which is more convenient, and that works for me because I keep an active passport. But if you don't, then you just don't really have ID anymore.
Yeah, gotta go to the DMV.